Good morning, everyone. Am I audible? I hope you all are doing well. And today we have this session for doubt clearing part, as well as we'll also discuss a bit of information related with the answer writing, because as I had been instructed by my team and at GIS, we are trying our best to give you the best quality content possible, but we know that only content will not help. How to utilize that content, how to put it back on paper. That is what the ultimate aim of all of us. And that's why from today onwards, we are beginning a answer writing series also. So obviously it is going to be conducted in multiple parts, right? But at least, we'll go ahead with the first part of answer writing, the basic skills, what we need to know as a student to proceed with answer writing. Because as already we have discussed, ultimately the most important thing is nothing but to write the answer. And to write the answer, it is an art in the sense, just like we learn swimming, we learn driving, we learn other hobbies and extracurricular activities. Like that, we have to learn the answer writing also. In the beginning, some hiccups would be there, some challenges would be there. But once you master the skill, you can't believe the sky is the limit, because this complete examination depends on one backbone, and that backbone is nothing but you should be really good enough in writing the answer. How much you know, that's none of the concern of UPSC, because in prelims nobody knows or want to know, or nobody is going to ask you that did you understood. In mains also nobody is going to ask you. You just face the question and write the answer. Right. In interview stage, they will not ask about your understanding of the subject. They will ask about your personality, your personification, your understanding of your responsibilities, the job assignment, and so on. So the point is, who asked you, did you understood or not? Only your teacher, your mentor, your faculty. They will ask you, did you understood or not? But ultimately, whether you understood or not, whether you had mug up the things, whether you ratified the things, the big question is, are you in a position to put it back on paper? If it is a prelims, are you in a position to eliminate the correct options, right? Out of the given four multiple choices or five multiple choices. So if you are able to take out the correct one, job is done. Similarly, in mains, you'll get the question and you have to write the answer. Nobody is worried about whether you understood or not. Understanding helps you to write better, to retain the things for a longer term. But the biggest challenge is to learn that art of writing the answer, because honestly speaking, we know that here university approach will not work. The way we had wrote the answer in the past, we are writing the answers maybe from class third or fourth onwards, right? So almost we have a 10 to 12 years of experience of writing the answers. But that answer is, obviously you all know that it was factuals related with WH, H and W pattern, who, what, when, where, why. UPSC will get different patterns, discuss, examine and all. So there we need to know how to understand the keywords, how to understand the demand of the question, right? So all these things will do, but only thing is what? After taking up your doubts, because I had been told that there are some queries from the student. So let's first take the doubts of the all respected participants. And once the doubt is clear, then we'll proceed with the answer writing. And once again, I'm very thankful to Team Geoid, our honorable director, sir, for providing us the opportunity to interact with us. We know that we are, away from each other almost 1,000 kilometers plus, but still we are on one platform. So obviously, we should be thankful enough to the GeoID team for providing us such a beautiful platform. And two, I'm very thankful to them because I got the opportunity to interact with some of the most brilliant minds of the country. So once again, on behalf of GeoID and my whole team, I welcome you on board. Right now, you're finally the part of the batch. We have started with the classes. I hope you're enjoying the classes. And periodically, all our teachers, including me, will be there to assist you 24/7. Whatever the doubts or queries you have, do not hesitate. Don't park your doubts in parking lot. Let them come out, express them, ask them whatever you want, so that there should not be any obstacles or bottlenecks as far as your journey is concerned. It should be a smooth journey. That is what our concern is. So, with this note, without wasting the time of the house, let's start our queries. So whatever the doubts you have, you raise your hand, we'll allow you to speak, and one by one we'll sort it out. The moment it gets over, then we'll proceed with the answer writing part. So let's begin now and let's go one by one. So who is the first one to ask the question? You might be getting an option of, asking the doubt or raising the hand. So you can just raise your hand and we'll unmute you and then you can ask your question. You are not able to raise your hands or asking doubts. Okay, about the newspaper reading. Okay, so basically you are typing. I mean, don't you have the option of raising a hand and asking it directly?
Hello, sir. Good morning.
Good morning.
Sir, my name is Aishu.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, sir, my question is, sir, how effectively we can read a newspaper and which of the things we need to avoid while reading this?
Okay, so what I can guess, first of all, a very good morning. And second thing, you want to know something about the newspaper reading. That's what your question is?
Yes, sir, yes.
Perfect, perfect. See, again, let me tell you, on a newspaper reading, we'll have one exclusive session because newspaper reading will take at least one session of 1.5 hour to 2 hours to make you understand how to read the newspaper, right? But just to answer your question, since you have started your course, right, even if you jump into the newspaper reading, that would not be very fruitful for you because you might not be knowing about the issues which are there in the newspaper. Like, for example, suppose you are reading economics page, or you are reading the editorial part, or you are reading the global, national, and international news. But have you covered your topic in your general studies, either through a coaching or maybe by self study? Because whatever the articles you are going to get in the newspaper, that you'll be able to understand only when you have an idea of the core, that is, idea of the basic understanding of that topic. Like for example, I take polity, and suppose there is a news in polity, right? Whatever the recent developments which are going on. For example, there was an issue of Ladakh which was going on, right? And now, if a student reads that particular article in a newspaper, that student does not know what is reorganization of states. That student might not be familiar with Article 3 and 4 of the Constitution. That student might not be also aware about the Schedule 1 and Schedule 4 of the Constitution, which talks about allocation of seats and all those things. So without knowing, even that student, I'm assuming that student might not have the basic understanding of the difference between what is a state and what is a union territory. So even if that fellow reads the newspaper on Ladakh that these are the things going on, how he or she is going to understand that? So this is the one problem. So I believe that all of us are beginner. So if we are a beginner, we have to wait for some time to read the newspaper. That is the first thing. Second, let's say your one module is completed. For example, you completed your polity or history or geography or economics, right? Whatever the module you have completed, then start reading the newspaper selectively. If your economics module is over, read the economics news only. Don't worry about polity news. Don't worry about environment news. Don't worry about science and tech news because even if you read that, it's just a waste of time. That is first thing. Suppose you have completed all your GS course, then it would be a right time to go ahead with the newspaper. Then what could be the solution? The solution could be you can follow a monthly magazine, right? In monthly magazine, what happens? The articles are given heading wise. Economics article at one place, geography articles at one place, polity articles at one place, whatever the current development took place in the last month. That you can do once you start studying your subject. So read that only part, and that magazine would be a collection also because newspaper would not be there with you for next 365 days. You'll read it through it, something like that. But magazines would be there because they would be limited in number, 12 in numbers. So start with magazine, and once your topic is over, module is completed, then go for newspaper reading. Otherwise, you'll be devoting a lot of time, and at the end, you'll realize that you're not getting anything out of it. That is the first. Second thing, how to read the newspaper. For that, I told you we'll have a complete session when I'll get the permission from the team and director, sir. I'll definitely conduct a session on newspaper reading also because in the whole newspaper, it is very important to know what is not to read. So, not to read, if I just quote an example, whatever the state news you are getting, do not read that. That is the first thing, right? Whatever the news you are getting, which is not sponsored by an authority. For example, in economics, there would be a number of news. But if that news is our honorable finance minister has said something, our governor of Reserve Bank of India had said something, or honorable prime minister or president had said something, then we have to read. Similarly, in polity, a lot of statements will keep coming and going, but we have to focus upon few authorities only. Either it's a judgment given by the Supreme Court, or it is something which is given by the officials like governor, chief minister, or prime minister, or council of minister. Then only we have to see. If any other general person is saying something, you have to ignore that. So you need to classify that what need to be read, what not supposed to be read, and that part we'll discuss from first page, right, of a newspaper till the last page in one complete session that will be directed towards newspaper reading. So just wait for that. I mean, it's just a beginning. So slowly and gradually we'll provide that system also. As of now, I request you first try to focus on completion of your at least one subject and then go for reading the newspaper related with that subject. Do not read the newspaper randomly. It is going to help you out nowhere. Okay? I hope it's clear.
Yes, sir.
Perfect, perfect, great. So, shall we go for next doubt?
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Sir, I have completed my master's degree in chemistry. So I'm now considering selecting a different optional subject for my UPSC civil service examination. So I would like to know if there would be any issue or disadvantages not choosing chemistry as my optional subject.
Okay, so you have completed your PG, post graduation in chemistry, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and when you are going to opt for the chemistry optional, see what is the problem? The problem is that whatever you have studied in the UG and PG course, first of all, try to match the topics with the syllabus which is given in the UPSC notification for the chemistry subject. That is the first thing, right? Once you do this exercise, you'll be able to actually take out the topics which you have covered in your graduation and post graduation. So whatever the left out topics are there, for that you need to have an extra effort. Now coming back to the issues, what is your question is what are the issues in opting the chemistry optional? See, this issue is common with all the science optional. Let it be chemistry, physics, mathematics, or engineering related optionals. The problem is that if you opt for these optionals, there is something called scaling of marks which is done in UPSC mains examination. So you might be too good in chemistry, no doubt about it. But only thing is, let's say suppose you have scored 400 marks in chemistry optional as a raw marks. But when the final marks will come, it would be scaled. Scaled in the sense it would be proportionate. In brief, I will tell you what scaling is. Let's say suppose a student is appearing with the history optional, geography optional, any humanity optional. Vis-a-vis a student is appearing with the science optional. So we know that in humanity the numbers may be in thousands, 2,000, 5,000, 10,000 people are writing that mains examination with that optional. But in science, this number would be in hundreds, 100, 200, 400 people, something like that. Since UPSC has to give the equal weightage to all the optional, they will select the candidates on a proportionate basis from all the optional. So let's say suppose from chemistry, if they are selecting 50 students, for calling for the interview, in history, it would be then they have to select at least 500 students. In that proportion, it will go, right? So what happens? Then in history, we have more number of students. In chemistry, we have less number of students. The marks which are going to be decided for the cutoff would be scaled for a chemistry student because they have less number of students. So let's say your raw marks are 350, but scale mark would be somewhere around 280, 270, or sometimes 220 also. So that's why it is suggested that please do not go for science option. Second thing, when you prepare for one science optional, in that same time limit, you can prepare 3 humanity optional, right? That is a ratio because science optional takes a lot of time to prepare, for mains perspective at least. So the time, I'm not demotivating you not to go for science optional, but these are some of the risks which are there in the science optional. Now, if you look into the statistics of last 5 year, 10 year, 20 year, then hardly you'll find very few students who had made it into the final with the science optional. So that is another constraint because selection ratio is very weak. Because of one reason, the one reason is that the number of students are less. Second reason, it is cumbersome because when you attempt for science optional, there is only two options. Either you'll get 10 out of 10 or you'll get 0 out of 0. 0 out of 10 because In science, either the answer would be correct or incorrect. It's not like humanity that you will get some marks after writing the answer. If you wrote an answer of history, you may get 2.5 marks also, you may get 5 marks also out of 10, but at least you'll get some. In science, this possibility is not there. Either you'll get zero or you'll get complete marks. So that is another constraint what we have. Second or next constraint would be you will be competing with most brilliant minds of the country, maybe who are from IITs and IITs and other premier institutions, who had done their chemical engineering or maybe, they are from chemistry background. So your level of preparation should be of that scale. Next constraint would be availability of resources and the coaching. Are you in a position to find out in your nearby areas or maybe online platform that some good chemistry teachers are there who teaches the chemistry optional for UPSC or not? Then you have a sufficient study material available and test series available for that or not. So these are some of the issues which you need to filter out, and then you can zero in whether you should go for science optional or not. But if you ask my opinion, I mean, the strong recommendation would be not to go for science optional. In place of that, you can select any of the humanity optional, which would be easy to prepare, and definitely it is going to help you in the long run as well. Is that clear?
Thank you, sir. Yes, clear, sir.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Next out we have from you can unmute yourself and ask the doubt. I think there is no raise option is coming. So probably that's the best way. You can just unmute and start asking the question. Any question, anyone? No questions?
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Sir, apart from GR classes, which books you should prefer, sir?
For GS, are you asking the reference books?
Yes, sir, reference books.
Okay. So it will vary from subject to subject. All the respected faculty members, who will be teaching that subject, they'll be recommending you the standard books. See, first level, you have to start with NCRT. That is the first thing. Second thing, what you have to go for subject specific reference book. Like, for example, I take polity. So in polity, if I have to give the example, then you have to refer the Lakshmikant book, M. Lakshmikant, Indian Polity. That is a reference book, what we suggest the students to get in. Plus, you'll have a class notes as well as the printed notes given from our side, at the GEOID platform. So these are going to be more than sufficient. Similarly, the history teacher will let you know about the history subject related books, and the geography teacher, economics teacher, and so on. So every faculty member would be definitely suggesting you the reference book you have to read. As far as polity part is concerned, for that one book we have, that's a standard reference book written by M. Lakshmikant for Indian polity. Right?
Okay, thanks.
Great. Thank you.
Small question. How many months will it take GR classes, sir, or not?
How many?
How many months it will take, sir?
For completion of the course you are asking?
Yes, sir.
Requisite information, I do not have that exactly how many month course has been planned, but generally if you see, it takes around 9 to 12 months to complete the GS module. But definitely I'll request the team to get in touch with you so that exact timelines they would be able to precisely let you know. So don't worry, but approximately it will take a year. Rest assured for this, at least a year.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much. Any other doubt, anyone?
Sir, one more doubt. Okay, so we know that NCRT is basic. So if there is a summarized NCRT book we can get from online or any other shop, is it okay to reading that?
Okay, you are asking that the NCRTs are available online or not, and can we read that or not? This is the question?
No, sir. There are the available books, summarized NCRT books. We can
Hmm.
get that online.
Summarized NCRT books you're talking about?
Yes, yes.
See, summarized NCRT books should be read in a second reading, right? First reading, it is always suggested that go for the core books, the pure, the published by NCRT. First read that book and then go for the summary part, because at the beginning, if you study the summary, there are many vital information which are skipped actually, right? In a summary format. So it's always advisable to read the original books first and then the summary available in the market, so that you can read in a second reading or third reading probably, because see, all the NCRTs had to be read 3 to 4 times. This is the first reading, so in first reading always go for the original published books which are by NCRT, and you can get those books free of cost available on, there is an app called ePathshala, which is an app designed by the NCRT itself. So right from class 1 to class 12th, all the NCRTs are available on that platform, that app, right? You can download that and you can read those NCRTs in original format. Then second times you can explore for the summary part of NCRT, which would be easy to understand and it will take less time to revise also. Right?
Okay, sir. Okay.
Perfect, perfect. Anything else anybody would like to ask?
Yeah, hi sir, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, is your team providing any optional training in the
Your
future?
team is providing any
Will be providing any optional training for any optional subjects.
optional subject you are talking about?
Correct, yeah.
Definitely, we'll have a couple of optionals in the pipeline, but the
Mhm.
dates are yet to be finalized, right? So probably you may have to wait for some more time, but obviously we'll have couple of optionals, for which we have some faculties on board as well, and we are in a process of making those things streamlined. See, at Geoid, what we want, rather than launching anything in a hurried manner, what we want to plan it systematically so that execution part would be very smooth. There should not be any riddles, or any hurdles. So yes, some of the optionals are in pipeline, but that disclosure would be done by our directors sir and our the team. They will let you know definitely about the optional, their date and how we are going to start with. But certainly there are going to be some optional. As of now, I am not aware about exactly how many options we are going to launch in one go, but definitely there would be some optionals.
Yeah, sure, sir. Thank you.
Right? What's your optional is?
I'm going for public administration.
Public
Level.
administration. Okay, so let me confirm with sir, and I'll request the team also to get in touch with you, right? So definitely you'll be reverted as soon as possible.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
Perfect, perfect. Thank you. Any other query?
Hi, sir. Good morning. This is Yash here.
Good morning,
So
Yash.
I just wanted to know how to make notes, sir.
Okay, how to make the notes?
Yeah.
Okay, the subjects which are going on, for that you are asking how to make the notes?
Yes.
Okay, okay. See, the approach of mine, if I'll talk about me as an individual, I do not appreciate the students who are more inclined towards notes making, because my tagline, if you say like that, then it would be notes collector to district collector, right? So when student asks me this question, that how to make the notes, what I request them to do, and if you agree with it, you can also follow that, rather than simply copying and pasting from one book to another book, that means you are writing another book. Let's say suppose you are making some notes from NCRT or you're making some notes from Lakshmikant. What you will be doing? You'll be taking out some points and making it in your A4 assignment sheets or maybe in notebook. That is what you're going to do. But what I suggest to student, that if you have to make the notes, then please do make the notes in question and answer format. So whatever you're reading, just look into the previous year question paper, that what kind of question had been asked, and then probably try to write the answer for that question. That's the best way of making your notes. So I would request you, Yash, that if you are coming across or reading across any topic, do see the last couple of years question paper and see what kind of questions they had asked. And like for example, let's say we talk about polity, and we started with the topic called preamble. So if there is a question in UPSC that is preamble a part of the constitution or not, and you are making a notes on preamble, so make it in an answer format, that if you get this question that whether preamble is a part of not, are you able to write 150 or 200 word answer or not? And if you can do that, that would be the best notes you can have. This is my personal opinion. But definitely Every subject will have different strategies to follow. So our respected team members, faculty members will definitely let you know how to go about, because the polity approach cannot be followed in science and technology, or science and technology approach cannot be followed in history. So you have to go subject wise. But as far as my subject is concerned, I would request you to make the notes based upon the question and answer format. Always make the notes in a question and answer format. Is that clear, Yash?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Perfect, perfect. Thank you so much, Yashji. Next question, please.
Yeah, hi sir. My next question is like in the first question you mentioned like we need to read current affairs from the magazines first, so that it will be easy to segregate the
Mhm.
topics like that. So my question is, I mean, which magazine do we need to read, or I mean, do you have any suggestions in
Uh,
selecting any magazine?
See, what happens now that let's say, for example, I'm doing, since you are a part of geoid program, I guess.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Yeah. So let's say you are doing coaching from geoid. There is another student who is doing coaching from some another XYZ institution like that, right? So what happens if I'm a student of geoid and I'm going to follow the magazines provided by some other institution? Then what will happen? There would be a conflict, because every institution will have a what different approach to follow. So it's always better to go for the study material which is provided from the institution or the teacher, you know, with whom you are associated with. Are you able to get my point? So
Yes,
if you have
sir.
to,
I got it.
yeah, if you have to follow the monthly magazine or any sort of current affairs reading assignments, better if it is from geoid, it is always going to be better, because then teachers and everybody would be aligned on a same format. But that's not the rule. You are always open to follow the other magazines also. But point is that would be what replication of the work or duplication. See, because every institution will take the information from some sources. It could be government source, it could be press information no, bureau, PIB, it could be PTI, Press Trust of India. So from there only we get the news. Everybody will have a different analysis, so it's always better to go with the institution which you are associated with. And if the institution is not providing, then you can follow some general, but only one. Don't follow two, three, or four multiple sources. Take only one magazine. Again, the first priority would be our own institution's magazine or monthly current affair roundups. If not available, then probably you can switch over to some other. Maybe you can read for Civil Services Times, something like that, or you can read for Chronicle. There are many magazines available, but only thing is, first priority should be the place from where you are completing your course. If you are doing self study, then you are open to choose anyone, but that should be only one. That's what the request is.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. Yeah. Like, I mean, do you have an idea that Geod is going to provide monthly magazines for us
Obviously,
or
obviously,
not?
obviously we'll have. I think as far as I know, in fact, on a daily basis, we are posting in the current affair related aspects in our group also, and we
Yeah.
have the
But I feel like they are mostly one-liner things, sir. One-liner current affairs.
that is for general. No, that is for general. Let's say, for example, when specific things are going to be delivered, like for example, for a batch, which is that is available for everyone, not for exclusive students who are the part of the program. But once again, let me confirm with the GeoID team also. As far as I'm sure about it, we will definitely have some monthly roundups. And for that also, I think you need to wait for a day or two, and your question would be definitely answered once it is confirmed. Because right now, I do not have the confirmation. But once I'll get the confirmation, I'll personally revert it, as well as you'll be, getting updated on the group. But definitely, there has to have some current affair collection or compilation at the end of the month that would be delivered to you. That's for sure. Rest assured for that.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Most welcome. Most
Sir,
Any,
when did you start GR live classes, sir?
I'm sorry,
When did you start GR live classes?
live classes you are saying?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. At that time, I think we had a discussion on that. And as I had been told that some of our students are working also, they are professionals. So all of you might not be available at the same time. Let's say suppose we keep some time morning 9 to 11, or maybe evening, 5 to 7, 5 to 8, something like that. Availability of the students would be slightly problematic. So that's why we thought of going with the recorded session, because in recorded session, what will happen? That anybody, anywhere, any point of time they can access. And as far as the
Yeah.
doubt part is concerned, so that's we have what decided that every alternate, we can say the slots or frequent slots will keep the doubt clearing session like this, what we have done today, so that, let's say, for example, you read for a week or for a fortnight, and then we have conducted a live session with the faculty. That would be, I think, manageable for all the students. Especially, we'll look for weekends or the holidays, so that all the students are also available, or most of the students should be available. But in daily life classes, the glitch what we found, that only few people would be able to attend the daily life classes, especially those who are preparing for full time. But we have to respect the concerns of those students also, who are working professionals or maybe college going people. So their college timing or office timing might not match with our live classes. So that's how we have decided. But definitely we are open for live classes also in future. However, again, that decision would be taken by our director sir and the higher management authority. So if something of that stuff comes up, we'll definitely let you know, and we'll love you to see as far as the live sessions are concerned. Right?
Okay, thank you.
Perfect, perfect.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Any other queries, anyone? Whatever you want to ask, you can ask. Don't hesitate. Please do not keep your doubts in parking lot. This is the best platform where we can discuss each and every bit of information in detail.
Very good morning, sir.
Very good morning.
My name is P. Likita, sir.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Actually, professionally, I'm a teacher.
Okay.
I have taught CBSE and state curriculum.
Mm-hmm.
Now, according to NEP, we have the textbooks changed. Like for science, we have curiosity,
Mm-hmm.
and for social, we have the world around us, the syllabus when we are saying it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But the old textbooks, we are not changed, sir. Now, for UPSC, we have to prepare old foundation or new foundation, sir.
Well, first of all, Likita ji, thank you for asking the question, and I would really reciprocate, that you are also a teacher. So a teacher's mindset would always be to understand, something much more than the student. So your question is also very good, and the answer for this question, as far as UPSC exam is concerned, the old textbooks or the NCRTs, what we call, they are going to be more useful, as far as the pattern of the examination is concerned, because UPSC has not changed the pattern of asking the question as far as the new textbooks are coming up, in the syllabi of, let's say, CBSE or ICSE or state boards. It will take another 3 to 5 years, because if I'm not wrong, and when we talk about NEP, then NEP 2020 is going to get completed its batch around 2035, because it's a 5 plus 4 plus 4 plus 3 pattern, if I'm not wrong, right? So 15
Okay.
years of education, which starts from 2020, will end in 2035. So any likelihood change with the new syllabus will take place only after 2035 UPSC exam, right? So before that, I think we should go for the standard old. Some of the new NCRTs we need, definitely, no doubt about it, but some of the old NCRTs also we need to at least prepare our foundation for the UPSC exam.
So thank you very much for
Thank you
clearing
so
that.
much, Liktaji. Thank you so much. Yes. Next question, please. Anyone? No questions? Shall we proceed with the session then? Maybe the first part of answer writing. If no questions are there, or if anything you want to ask, please do go ahead.
Sir,
Yeah.
I have a doubt regarding the previous question.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I was not clarified on the new syllabus because I have downloaded, I think, the 2025 version, I think, from the website. So, is
Mm-hmm.
that okay?
For UPSC, you are asking?
Yes, NCRT textbooks.
You have downloaded NCRT textbook of?
2025, I think.
Yeah, that's fine. But see, what I was saying, that there are some NCRTs which we need to read from the old editions, right? Okay, let me explain with example, then I think you'll be able to understand. There is an NCRT I have told you to read, I think, in my class. That is 11th standard NCRT, if I'm not wrong.
Yes, sir.
Indian Constitution at Work, right?
Yes.
But parallelly, you have to read one more NCRT, which I'll tell you after completing part 5 of the Constitution, that is Legislature, Executive, and Judiciary, and that is called Democracy in India. So it is also an NCRT, but it is of old edition, 2003 edition. We want that book. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So it is going to be a mixture. Like for example, in geography, if I ask you to read Geography 11th standard, it would be Physical Geography of India, new NCRT. But parallelly, you have to read 6th, 7th, and 8th NCRT, that is Land and People. It is of 1992 edition. So it is going to be a combination of old and new, because see, we want to filter those information which can help us to understand the foundation of these core subjects, history, geography, polity, and so on. So that's why it's going to be a mixture. So if you have downloaded the new edition, that's not a problem. But please do not read all the NCRT. You have to be very selective, and you have to be very subject specific. So every subject teacher will tell you, see, it's a very general say that you have to read 6 to 12 NCRT. No, for all the subjects, you don't need to read 6 to 12, right? so any other queries, anyone? No. You can reply so that we can move ahead. Okay, so I think we're done with the queries, and we can briefly start our answer writing session, I guess. Shall we go ahead for the same?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let's begin our second part of the meeting, that is nothing but related with learning some bit of answer writing. See, answer writing program is going to be a long-term exercise, but we will proceed step by step. So in every periodic session, we will discuss one part of the answer writing, and we request you to follow that. And once we believe that you are following it, then we'll come up with the second part like that. So let's start, and for that I need to share my screen so that I can tell you about the important aspect of it. I hope the screen is visible to all of you. Just confirm me once so that we can start.
Yes, sir.
It's visible. So when we talk about the answer writing, see, the first and most important thing for answer writing is nothing but we need to have a good content, right? So let's say we are starting with the answer writing part. And for that thing, as I've told you, we'll be able to write only when we have some information or some content. But now you are beginning with your subjects. Let it be polity, for example, my subject, or any other subject. So there, what you'll have, you need to get some time to actually gain the content. So let's say after some part is covered, for example, let's say we have covered part 1, part 2 of polity, and then probably we can start writing the answer. Similarly, like geography, economics, and other subjects. So for that, the ultimate thing is we need the content, and content has to be in our minds, not in our notes, because in notes books everything is available. We are not supposed to copy paste. But when we talk about writing, answer writing, why it is important. So I've already told you why it is important. Just a quick recap, because everything depend upon this. You remember my orientation class, notes collector to district collector. And what is the answer from moving from notes collector to district collector? And the answer is nothing but answer itself. Because here, if you are able to write a good answer, then definitely you have a chance of scoring more in mains, which is for 1750 marks. So one student getting 800 out of it, other is getting 850, other is getting 900, other is getting 950. Who will have a more chance to get qualified? Obviously, the one who will score more. And this depends upon how better he or she write the answer, right? But what is the problem with the answer writing? Let's try to discuss that step by step. And as I've told you already, that we are going to do it in part by part. So today, let's say we are discussing the first part of answer writing, right? After some days, again, our team will update you regarding the second part, third part, and so on. It's going to be a long journey, right? So roughly about there are going to be 4 to 5 sessions as far as answer writing is concerned, and we'll move one by. So in the first part, or what we say beginner's part, let me give you the different aspect of writing the answer. Now, the first thing, when we try to write the answer, what you have to do is always you have to write on plain A4 papers. So from today onwards, please do not use the ruled pages, the line wala pages. Always use the the plain paper. The plain paper, this is nothing but called QCA. QCA stands for question come answer booklet, right? Why it is called question come answer booklet? Because it will come in a margin form, right? So something like this. It would be margin from all the side. Pardon me for my bad drawing, but this would be equally spaced. And here the question would be written. So let's say question is X, Y, Z. So it would be printed. Initially it was not there, but with the change in exam pattern after 2012, they have started giving the printed question. Here they will write the number of marks, or they may write the total number of words in which you have to write the answer. So that's why it's called question come answer booklet, because the question also would be printed, in the answer sheet only. And here you are supposed to write the answer. Once you complete your answer, go to the next page, right? Go for second question, third question, and so on. And like that you can do. I hope you're getting it. So for that, what we need to practice writing on plain sheets. Then only we'll be able to write in straight lines. Otherwise, in the beginning, it will go here and there. This is the first thing you have to keep it in mind. So today onwards, if you're starting writing answers, go for this first thing, that always write on what? Assignment sheets. So you can get it in the market also, or if you want, you can just go to the Google, search for sample answer sheets, download that and take a printout of it and get multiple photocopies done. So that whether you are making a notes, whether you are writing a test series, whether you are jotting down the class notes, dictation part, please do it on these pages only. Do not use the rule pages, whatever you are using so far now in your university or college exam. Second thing, always use black and blue point, or either one color or two color ballpoint pens. Don't use gel and all those things or multicolor pen. Only these two you need to take up. I mean, these are the stationaries which you need to keep with you. So one, assignment sheet, other, the pens. Right. Now, how to start that? So to understand how to start that, let's go one by one. And when we talk about, again, let's say we are having this answer page with us. And this is, let's say, the margin. So when we talk about the thing, the question would be here, as I've told you. So let's say any question we have, and the corresponding word limit and marks are there. So 10 is the marks, 150 is the word limit. Now in the answer writing, what we have to understand, there are 5 important points which we need to keep it in mind before writing the answer. So there are, let's say, 5 points. Now what these 5 points are, right? Total there are 11 points in the answer writing. It's a 11-point program, right? So as a 11-point program, first this 5 points, then you'll have 3 more points which are related with, let's say, 6, 7, and 8 on your content part. And there would be 3 more, let's say 9, 10, and 11. This would be on your presentation part. So total, we have to understand this 11 things before writing a good answer. We'll discuss them one by one, as I've told you, and it will take 3 to 5 sessions to complete. In one session, it is impossible to do because it is a long thing. But what are those things? And out of this 11 points, if a student asks me which one is the most important for us, so I would say the point number 1 is very important for us. And the point number 5 is very important for us. Rest all just a matter of practice. That's it. But as far as the importance or understanding is concerned, the point number 1 and point number 5 is very, very important. What are those point number 1 and point number 5? Let me tell you. So as far as the first point is concerned, this point is known as keywords. What we call them? Keywords. What are they? I'll explain you. Second point when we talk about, then it talks about the word limit. Third point we talk about, it is about the time limit. Fourth point if we talk about, it is about the marks. And fifth point, which is important, is known as points only. Right. So what do you have to keep it in mind? The points and the keywords. These are the most important thing. Rest are just a matter of practice. I'll tell you how we can go ahead about it, but this is how we have to see the things. So first thing what you have to do, you have to get a plain sheet, and that too with the margin, not the just plain A4 Xerox paper or photocopy paper we don't want. We want complete margin paper, and this margin is fixed. Second thing, use black or blue ballpoint pen. That's it. Then let's try to understand the point wise. Now, what is the first point? Let me tell you. So for example, suppose we get a question, right? For example, the question is discuss about various, just a general question I'm writing, socio-economic reforms. Discuss about various socio-economic reforms which are essential for improvising or improving our politico administrative efficiency. Full stop. That's it. This is an inverted comma, and here we have full stop. And here in bracket they have written that write it in, let's say, 150 words, and this is for 10 marks. So if you've gone through previous year question, you might have seen this kind of question. So let's say this is a question example. It is not from any subject or something like. Here I have taken social, economic, polity, administrative, everything, right? Or if you're getting confused, you're a beginner, then let's say the question is very simple. Here you can say elaborate on India. So you have to write something on India. It's a simple question, right? Though the simple question would not be asked, so you can take example like this. These are the question. Now, how to do that? So as I've told you, you need to understand the first point. The first point is known as keywords. What are keywords that we need to understand? So here when we talk about keywords, and if we suppose ask you that, let's say this word discuss and this elaborate, these are the keywords. So based upon the keyword, the framing of our answer will change, right? Like for example, in UPSC, there are 18 to 20 keywords. How many? 18 to 20 keywords. Now, this 18 to 20 keywords are nothing but attached to each and every question which is there in the UPSC. For example, you might have heard about the keyword just now I told you. Let's say, for example, discuss. Then we may have examine. Then we may have comment. Then we may have analyze. Then we may have critically examine, etc., etc. So, like that, elaborate, explain, elucidate, compare, distinguish. How many words we have? Roughly about 18 to 20. Okay. As a student, first we need to understand the meaning of these words. That is called understanding the keywords. Because each and every keyword will actually generate a different type of answer. So, by keeping the question same, let's suppose I have to discuss something about India, right? I have to examine something about India. Question is same. I have to comment something upon India. I have to analyze a country or state called India. Here I'm keeping the question same, right? Or I have to discuss about socio-economic changes for politico-administrative efficiency. Here also I have to examine the socio-economic changes for politico-administrative efficiency. Same thing here. Then, will my answer would be same? See, I'm keeping the question same. What is the question? Discuss about the various socio-economic reforms which are essential for our politico-administrative efficiency. This question is same, but one question is discussed. Other question is what? Other question is examine. Same question. So that's how I'm changing. Third is, again, I'm framing one question and saying what? Analyze. That means the question would be analyze about the various socio-economic reforms. Fourth question could be comment. Comment upon various socio-economic reforms which are essential for improving our politico-administrative situation or efficiency. So the point here is what I'm doing. I'm changing the keyword, but I'm keeping the question same. Now, as a student, right? As a student, suppose I'm writing the answer as a student, whether I'm going to write the answer same for this also, this also, this also, or there would be any change. And if there is any change, what would be that change? Are you able to understand or not? So let's say, for example, I hope you understood what is the meaning of the keyword, right? Can anyone tell me what would be the difference if the question is with discuss and if the question is with comment? Any one of you? Even just try to attempt. None of you? Okay, no problem. See, this issue is there not only with those students who are starting their preparation. You'll be surprised to know after doing the coaching for 2 years, 3 years, after preparing for this exam for 3 to 5 years, after writing one or two prelims, and mains, even the students are not in a position to differentiate. What they do, they write what they know, right? So for all the questions, discuss, examine, comment, they will write the same thing. But if I'm examiner, I'm asking you to discuss and you are actually commenting upon it. You may be right, but why I will give you the marks? Because it is not as per my demand. I want you to discuss and you are actually examining or commenting. That's none of my business. Even if you are correct, why I would give you the marks? This is what we need to understand when we talk about the keywords. I hope up to here it's clear. Yes? You can respond by saying yes or no something so that I can.
Yes, sir.
Yes? Okay. See, you might not be clear about how to do that, but at least I want to ensure that you should know what to do, and then how to do that part will teach you. But at least you are able to get that what I'm trying to tell you, that after facing the question, please make sure that you know the difference between different keywords. Unless you don't know that, it's all the more wastage of time and wastage of attempts. So let's continue. And when we talk about other aspects, so here the point is what? If I'm writing the same answer, that means it is somewhat meaningless exercise because I may not get the marks even if I'm writing it correct. Our first priority would be what? First priority would be to explain you all these 20 keywords, which what are there as far as the UPSC exam is concerned. That would be the first priority. But only explaining will do? No. What I have to do, I have to, or we have to as a team, make you comfortable in writing answer of the same question in these 20 formats. So initially what we'll do, we'll take one by one. Let's say we have taken one question, XYZ for discussion. Then we have taken another question, PQR for examine. Then we have taken another question, let's say comment. Question is, let's say LMN. So first we'll make you practice individual question with individual keywords. And this exercise will do for all the 20 plus keywords, so that you will be able to understand first the keywords, how they work. What is the demand actually when examiner says discuss or comment or analyze or critically examine? Second thing, what we'll do at the second level, right? At the second level, we'll take one question, only one question, let's say XYZ, no change of question, and we'll change the keyword. Write the answer of XYZ with the keyword called discuss. Then write the answer of XYZ with the keyword called comment, something like that. Then write the answer of XYZ again with the keyword called explain. So like that. So what will happen? It will take some time, but it will make you comfortable in writing what? The agenda is you must be able to write 20 plus different answers of what? Same question. This is the art we have to learn. 20 plus different answer of same question. And the day when you have done this, trust me, even if your mains is tomorrow, you'll be very comfortable in writing your mains. But unless you have not got the skills to write this 20 plus different answer for same question, I'm so sorry to say, whether you take 1 year, 5 year, 10 year to prepare for this examination, nothing will happen, right? So don't take it personally, but that is a bitter truth which we have to accept. So we have to learn this art. Am I clear with this much? Yes or no?
Sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Any doubt so far now, whatever we have discussed? Yes. Anything you would like to ask so far now, what we have discussed?
Nothing, sir.
Okay. So let's move on now. And when we talk about what? The next aspect, then the next aspect would be, I think the screen is visible. Is the screen visible?
Yes, sir. Visible.
Okay. The first is keyword. So how many keywords we have? What? 20 plus. We have to practice with this. Now, when we talk about the word limit and the time limit and the marks, let's try to understand this. As I've told you, these are not very important. This can, you can overcome as far as the practice is concerned. So here just you have to practice, right? Here you are not supposed to what? Understand things conceptually, just like the keywords, you have to understand the things conceptually. Here, nothing of that stuff is there. So here what you have to, when I say word limit, that is the second point, let's say I'm briefing you. So what exactly we mean when we use the word limit, right? So let me brief you, and more things will come up when we'll do the practice part. So in every question, if you have analyzed, or at least if you have seen the previous year question paper, let's say XYZ question is there. In UPSC, there are 3 types of word limits. What do you have to remember? And here no brains are to be applied, just we need to practice. The 3 word limits are, you have to write in 150 words. Some answers may be for 200 words, and some answers may be for 250 words. That's the only 3 pattern we have so far now. Initially, if you see the question papers which are before 2012, then you may find that there are the questions which were 50 words also, 20 words also, 30 words also, 300 words also. But UPSC has streamlined, these word limits as far as the change in pattern in 2012 was concerned. So from then till today, we have this 3. Initially, we had 150 and 200 only, but 2017 they had added 250. So today, what is the position? Let it be any question in UPSC, it will be either for 150 word, or for 200 word, or for 250 words. Up to here, it's clear? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, let's say suppose you have to write 150 words. So, we are human beings. And if we had been asked to write 150 words, it is almost difficult for every student to write 150 words and dot. Right? Because either the student would be writing slightly less words, let's say for example 125 words, or somebody may be writing slightly more, let's say 175 words. So if this is the case, what will happen? Right? If somebody had wrote less number of words, or somebody had exceeded the number of words, then what will happen? This is what we need to understand. So here, as UPSC also understand that we are human beings, we are the students, it is impossible for us to what write 150 word dot. So that's why for 150 words or for 250 or 200 words, UPSC gives us the option of plus or minus 10% variation, right? So there are 10% variation. That means what? For a 150 word, the allowed word limit is 135 lower side, 165 higher side. That means in this range, if you wrote the answer, there is nothing, no problem. Things will go smoothly. But the question is, if you violated this limit also, then if you violation of this, let's say a student wrote 110 words on a lower side, or a student wrote 190 words on a higher side, then what will happen? So generally what the coaching institutions guide us, they say that nothing. You should focus upon the content. Don't worry about the word limits. Please don't get in that block. Because if you don't have to worry about the word limit, why UPSC is saying you to write it in 150 words? That is the first thing. Second thing, it is not like a 10th or 12th class examination where if you don't know the answer, write the formula, you'll get the 1 mark. No, it will not happen here. If you have violated the word limit, then what will happen? Then there is something called penalty marks, right? So you will be given the penalty marks. Now, if you know the concept of penalty marks, it's fine. If not, let me brief you. So do you know what are penalty marks? Yes or no?
Is that negative marking, sir?
Voice is not audible. Can you come again?
Negative marking.
Negative marking you have heard about it.
Negative marking, sir.
Yes, negative marking. I hope you know negative marking. It is there in prelims. Similar to that, there is called penalty marking, which is there in the mains. So what is the difference between the two? Anyone? Any idea? Anyone? No?
No, sir.
Okay.
No, sir.
Let me tell you. Let's say, for example, any student A,
No. Okay.
right? He or she has attempted the question. There were 5 questions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These 5 questions, each of them were for 150 words. So all these 5 questions were for 150 words, right? The permissible word limit for all of them is 135 to 165 because 10% is allowed. Now, when we'll discuss about the marking scheme, I'll tell you about the marks also. But all these questions which are for 150 words, they are asked for 10 marks. So all these questions are for 10 marks, right? Now, a student A had attempted all the questions and, right, he or she had written, let's say for example, here a person has written 143 words. Here he or she has written 159 words. Here they have written 139 words. Here they have written 147 words. And here in the last question, he or she has wrote 110 words or 180 words, just for example. So initially, based upon the content, he or she will be given the marks. So let's say, for example, her content was or his content was good. For this question, the first one, he or she has scored, let's say, 6 out of 10. For second question, 7 out of 10. For next question, let's say 8 out of 10. Just a hypothetical example we are talking about. 5 out of 10. And then here we have what? Let's say in this, again, he or she has scored, let's say 8 out of 10. Now, if you add up the total marks, how much it will become? 6 plus 7, 13, plus 8, 21, plus 5, 26, plus 8, 34. So he or she will score 34 marks out of 50, which is a very good marks, no doubt about it, because each is for 10 marks. But after these marks are allocated, then it will go for word counting. Now, here 143. Is it in the limit of 135 to 65? Yes, no problem. 159, again it is in the limit, no problem. 139, no problem. 147, no problem. The problem is in this. Here he or she had extended the word limit or wrote less than word limit. So what will happen? The moment this contradiction is going to be found, then for this question, whatever the marks he or she has got, that will be converted to 0. So for this, in which he or she has violated the word limit, the total number of marks would be 0. In fact, he or she was getting 8 marks. You see here, 8 marks out of 10, that will all become 0. Right? This is the first. Second thing, it will not stop here only. Second thing, out of the remaining 4 questions, right, the previous 4 questions, in whichever question he or she has got the highest mark. So in which question he or she has got the highest mark? 6, 7, 8, and 5. So let's say 8, this one. This would be reduced by 1/3. That means what? This 8 will become what? 2.67. This is the penalty. So now count the total number of marks. If you go for counting, 6 marks plus 7, 13. Here in place of 8, now 2.67. That is 15.67 plus 5, 20.67. Because for this, he or she has been given 0. So 6 plus 7, 13. 13 plus 2, 15. 15 plus 5, 20. 20.67 marks out of 50. Can you see the change? From 34, the student had brought down to 20.67 or 21 marks if you round up. See, this is the reason why most of the students in the mains, in spite of writing a good answer, they are not able to get even 50% marks. They don't care about the word limit part. Are you getting it? So the first thing is what? The first thing is we need to understand the most important thing, that is keywords. And for that, we need lot number of good classes to understand, because there are 20 plus keywords. So we'll do it in 1 by 1 class, and then we can have 20 different sessions. Or while teaching the polity, I'll keep guiding you about one of the 2 keywords. Then we have to work a lot upon word limits. Then we'll come to the time limit and so on. But the point here is, up to here, what we have discussed, are you now clear with what is the meaning of so-called word limit?
Yes, sir.
Any confusion? Anyone? If you have, please do ask. No confusion?
So if you write extra words more than 160, is there also the penalty marks?
If you exceed the word limit, there would be a penalty. You should not write any single word more than 165. Let's say it's a 200 word question.
Okay,
minimum would be 180, maximum would be 220. Within 180 to 220, you have to write. And don't worry, we at Geoid will make sure that you should not write above the word limit by the practice, because this will be done only with the practice. Nothing else will help. No brains are supposed to be applied, only with the practice, and we will be able to overcome. That's why I said, no, this all India batch, what we have launched, we want the 80 to 90% of the students to write their mains and get a call for interview. This is our target, and we'll do that. Any queries? Anyone? No? At least if you can keep saying yes or no, so we can move forward.
Let's move forward.
No, sir, we are good.
Okay. Now,
No doubt, sir.
perfect. Thank you. The point is that again, this meeting will end in next 3 minutes or 4 minutes, I guess. Okay. So because of that, I think some technical glitch, though we have taken for that Prime subscription for Zoom, but it is not allowing us to continue the meeting beyond 40 minutes. Some time allocation is there. We'll rectify that. So as far as this particular session is concerned, we are, let's say, stopping at this point of time with one keyword point and one word limit. In the next session, after the class, after this particular session, we'll upgrade it to Pro so that we can take a 2.5 hour long session, because answer writing complete understanding session requires at least 2.5 hours in the first part. So I'll request the management also to give me that slot after discussing with you guys, so that all can be, because in the second meeting we have lost a couple of students as a participant also, so they might be missing that thing. And for you also, it's troublesome to again share the link and again join back. So here what we are doing, we are stopping as for the time being, and this answer writing session will continue in the next one, which will be notified by our director sir and our team members. And at that time, we'll make sure that at least we'll have a 2.5 to 3 hour session. I hope you don't get bored. I'm sure it's not difficult for you to attend 2.5 to 3 hour session.
No, sir, it's okay.
It's okay, na?
Yes, sir.
So I want to take it a complete session so that you have a comprehensive understanding. And second thing I would like to tell, that next session when you attend, please bring assignment sheet, the one which I have told you, at least one question, and blue and a black ballpoint pen, so that we can practice live. Are you able to open your video also, or just only audio?
We can open our video as well.
Great. So in the next session, after discussion with the team, what I'll do, I'll ask you to come live, that is by opening a video, write the answer in front of me, and I'll be telling you the necessary steps or the correction which you need to do. So it will be a practice kind of thing, 1-to-1, right?
Okay, sir.
Yes, sir.
Perfect. So once again, I would like to say thanks from the bottom of my heart to give me the time, especially on Sunday. So sorry for exploiting your Sunday. And next time, definitely our team will get in touch with you and discuss the available slot on which you and me both are available, so that we can have a very healthy session of more than 2.5 to 3 hours to discuss the complete aspect, or at least the first part of the complete aspect of answer writing. Second parts onwards, what will happen? We'll go by keywords. In one class, we'll take discuss, other class will take examine, so that you'll have a very thorough understanding. And then we'll take one single question and different keywords. That would be our approach. But in the limited time, whatever we have discussed, I hope you have understood at least 50% of it.
Yes, sir, it's great.
Yes, sir.
Perfect. So don't worry, definitely stay tuned, and we are there to help you. We are left with very less time. If the meeting goes or gets disconnected, please don't worry, right? Next session and everything would be informed by our team to you as soon as possible. So thanks a million once again for coming on board, right? And looking forward to have a more healthy discussion with you people. See, we are willing to give you everything. We are assuring your success. Just we want one thing from you, that please do the hard work as much as you can possible. Be consistent. Rest everything will take care. There would not be any problem. Only thing from your side we need is your commitment, your determination, and consistency. And if you are willing to do that, trust me, you are all those people who are going to come out with the flying colors. That will ensure. Okay. So with that note, take care. Have a wonderful day. Enjoy your weekend, and see you in the regular classes. Thank you. Take care.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.